Okay, welcome to Shabit Uganda e-learning. My name is Nelson Bitswamba, and in today's lesson we are going to be looking at decimal and non-decimal systems. Okay, so this is our primary 5 mathematics self-study lesson. So when you talk about decimal and non-decimal systems, in this topic we shall be looking at, it gives us an introduction of bases and also grouping these numbers. Then it also drives us to working out with bases, that is subtraction of bases, addition of bases, multiplication of bases, division of bases. Also changing from base 10 to base 5, from base 5 to base 10, something of that kind. So in this lesson we shall be able to hover and look out at a variety, just sit and follow a step-by-step method of learning. Okay, so this is what we are meaning. We are saying we shall be looking at non-decimal, decimal and non-decimal systems. Okay, so in these non-decimal systems we shall be able now to look at what are they, what do they mean, how do they come about them, and their basis, such that we can be able now to understand when a question comes, we know what we are dealing with. Okay, so when you look here, we have non-decimal systems. So before we look at non-decimal system, let's look at decimal systems. What are they? They are saying decimal systems means grouping numbers in tens. Okay, we are going to be grouping numbers in tens. Okay, so that means if we have a bunch of ones, we group them in tens. That's what we are going to be doing. Then also we are saying that non-decimal systems. Non-decimal system means grouping numbers in other groups which are not tens. Okay, we can still group these numbers of ours, but which are not in what? Which are not in tens. Also grouping numbers in twos is base 2 system counting. Then that's what we call binary. That when you group numbers in twos, we call it a base 2 what? A base 2 system. Then also when you group numbers in fives, we call it a base 5 system. Okay, so this is how it is arranged. That our summary table here, it says if you group numbers in twos, okay, we have 2, that is what? That is a binary. And how do we write our binary? It is 0 and 1. Okay, so also when we group our numbers in threes, then it is read as 0, 1, then 2. Okay, so also when you group it in fours, we call that from quarter. Okay, a quarter, this is quaternary. So when you group them in 3, we call trinary. Okay, that is 0, 1, then 2. Then we also say when we group them in fours, we call it quaternary. That is 0, 1, then 2, and 3. They are 4. Okay. Then also when we group them in 5, we call it quinary. Then we write our 1, zeros, then 1, then 2, then 3, then a 4. Then also when we group them in 6, we call it senary. That is our 1, zeros, ones, the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, and the 5s. Okay, 7s, we call it septenary or heptanary. Okay, so in arranging them, we say our zeros, ones, the 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, then 6. Okay, then also when we group them in 8s, we call it octo. Okay, Also, this is the way how they write them. Then when they are grouped in what? In 9, we call it nonary. So this is also how it is written. We write our first until up to 8. Then also, now when we write them in tens, which most of the people knows, we call it a decimal. Okay, so this is how it is written. We write zeros, 1, the 2s, 3s, the 4s, the 5s, the 6, the 7s, the 8, and the 9. So this is our what? Our decimal system. And we are saying that we do not use a digit equal or greater than the base itself. Then they are saying in any system of counting, we consider the number of groups made and then objects left. Alright, so that is what they are trying to mean. So let's now go to grouping these bases. Okay, so when it comes to grouping these bases, as you can see here, some of our examples, we say we group these numbers in ones. So when we group these numbers in 1, like here, our example 1, which is given, we have these numbers are grouped in what? In ones. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so when we group these ones in 7, we shall say in base 10 means 7 what? 7 ones. Okay, also here you can also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there we have counted how many? 8. So when you count these ones, we shall say in base 5. In base 5, we are saying our group, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have a 3. We group our numbers which were in 8. We group them in what? In 5. So when we group them in 5, we have another bunch which is remaining. So that simply means we shall say one group of 5s, then another group of what? Then 3 group of 1s. So that simply means that in writing now our number here, we shall say it is 1, 3, 5s. Okay, 1 what? 1, 3, 1, 3, 5s. Then also we have this. We have our 1, 2, 3. So this simply means we have grouped our 1 in 3s and what? And a 1. Okay, so this simply means that 6 tends to base 5. This simply means 6 what? It is 6 tens to base 5. So that simply means that one group of 5s, one group of 5, then one group of 1s. So for this we will have grouped these numbers according to bases. Okay, hope everyone is making it. So also still here we have to learn more about what we call place values of what? Of bases, because that's what we are going to be dealing with. That when we give these numbers of ours place values, there is a way how we read them. Okay, as we are going to see here, there is a way how we read them, and there is a way how we give them place values. For example, if we have been given our numbers 12, 5, okay, that is 12 to base what? Base 5. So in grouping them or giving them place values, we shall be able to say one group of 5, one group of 5s, then two 1s. Okay, so in arranging them, we say our 1, our 2, base what? Base 5. So this is our 2 is going to be in 1. Okay, so that's why we are reading it as 2 1s. Okay, then one group of what? One group of 5s, because it is in base what? Base 5. So in reading them, we say 1, 2, base 5. Okay, we read them as 1, 2, base 5. Also, we have another number here, which is 2, 3, 1 to base 5. So we shall be able to group them and say that we have our group, our two group of 5, then our 3 group of 5, okay, then 1, then 1s, okay. So this simply means that now when you are to give them place values, we shall be able to say that we have the 1 group of 1s, okay, then the 3 groups of 5s, then the 2 groups of what? Of 5s. So also in reading these bases, we shall now be able to say that we have our 2, 3, then 1 base 5. So in reading them, that's how we shall be reading them. Then also we have now the various examples. This is how they always set if they are to ask you a question on bases. Either they tell you to write them in what? In according to their place values, or read them, okay? So we have, when they say write the place value of each digit in, this is 3, 0, 2, base 5. So how do we write them? We give them, we say our 2 in group of 1s, okay? Then our 0 is also in the group of 5. Then our 3 is also in the group of 5s, okay? Then also when they say find the place value of each digit in, we have 1, 2, 4, then 6, okay? So here we shall be able now to give our value, because here they are able to give us what? They are able to give us a 6. So this simply means we shall be able to start with our what? Our figure, which is 4 in a group of 5s, then our 2 in the group of 5s, then our 1 in the group of 5. Where does this comes from? It is coming from here. Let me show you. It is coming from here. As you were seeing, where we talked about what? We talked about our our summary of table, which was having our namings of these groups. So when you had a 6, okay, when you had our 6 here, we started from zeros, there are 1, then 2s, then what? Then 3s, then, okay, we have a 4, then a 5. So we see that our 6 was ending at what? Was ending at 5. So that's the reason why we have been able to say that that's the reason why we have been able to name our first figure here as what? As 5s, okay? Because it stops from 5 in the other side, according to our table, it stops from 5. Also, our figure here, as we are saying to start from 5, that's why we are starting it with 5, then the next figure also 5, then 5, according to base what? According to base 6. All right, so those are what we shall be dealing with in this journey of ours of what? Of bases. So now we shall also be able to get some knowledge about writing bases in what? In words. How do we write these bases in what? In words. And how do we talk if a number is given in what? Is given in words. So we have an example here, and our example is saying we have 4, 3 to base 5. So this is the way how we write them and how we read them. We say our 4, 3 base 5, okay? Our 4, 3 base 5. Then when they say write 1, 23 base 5 in words, we shall be able to say our 2, 1, 3 base what? Base 5, okay? 2, then 1, then 3 base what? Base 5. Okay, so I know we can now be able to do our numbers here. As far as reading bases, it is not all that so hard. You can try out, then we shall be able to send this in our Google our Google classes. So for this, I do say thank you very much for being part of this lesson. Thank you very much for being part of what? For being part of this lesson. Be able to check out on our playlist and also subscribe for you to get some upcoming lessons on this. God bless you. Have a nice moment.